You've killed one of my playthings. Now, you have my undivided attention.
I don't like the sound of this demon wench.
Neither do I. Ladies and gentlemen, I am KageKaze, and welcome back to the Witch Doctor playthrough. A playthrough indeed. Something I had kind of hesitated to call this a long time ago was a Let's Play, especially since this started off in beta as an analysis thing. But hey, you know what? It pretty much is a Let's Play, isn't it? No, well, nothing wrong with that. So we're going to play with the Witch Doctor. Moving forward now, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, we are sticking to Monster Power 6. I thought about moving it up, but we're getting into some very tough territory here in the Ariat Crater. And the big reason for this is phase beasts. I'm about to run into phase beasts. I don't know if I want it much harder than this right now.
Maiden of lust, I have need of your ample services. Drag yourself out of whatever corner of the burning hell you lounge in, and bring your daughters with you. Be wary. The enemy has proven to be both cunning and strong. But the mortals have always been easy prey for you, have they not?
Yes, pour on the acid. Alright, let's add more of my army. We'll take out these guys in a flash. It won't be a problem. Very good. Take out the summoner. Excellent, excellent. This flash fire is proving to be very nice for those large groups. Phase beasts. Oh my. Yes. Oh my. They're coming up soon. And those creatures are nasty. Phase beasts have the nasty ability to teleport on unsuspecting heroes traveling through Sanctuary. The unwary hero may find a phase beast lodged behind him, using instruments of terror. Mainly his fist through your chest, but you get the idea. Ah, bloody worm. Right, so as you can see, we're gaining a good amount of experience here, though. Monster Power 6 is proving to be very useful. We'll have to see how I feel about the phase beast. It's really going to be difficult at this point to want to increase... Yes, deeper. It's going to be very difficult for me to want to increase the monster power at this point for efficiency's sake. Especially considering that in Act 4 we'll start dealing with succubi, and, well, we're going to be dealing with those pretty soon here, actually. All sorts of creatures that can sling curses. Now, moving into Nightmare, I might be willing to go into a higher monster power for Act 1. Ooh, that hurt quite a bit, didn't it? Get away, get away. Okay. May consider even going all the way up to just Monster Power 10 to start off Nightmare, to see how it is. Of course, it's that's a difficult idea to really process right now, because I'm just not sure what's going to happen moving on through Normal. Uh-oh. We have a pack ahead. Summon the army of the recently... Oh, a wall. How quaint. They put a wall up, and it basically completely blocked my acid cloud, even though it doesn't technically have a travel time. Well, at least the globs still move beyond the wall. As you can see, they did quite a bit of damage right there to those enemies. Feeling good on that one. Excellent, excellent. Okay, we're going to move forward here. We've got some Blood Clan Maulers and another Demonic Serpent. Nothing too much to worry about here. This part's still the easy part. We're going to start getting deeper, we're going to start getting more enemies, we're going to start getting surrounded, and we'll have to see how well this build lasts in that scenario. So far, it's working very well for me. Hello, Frost. Oh dear. Put up a wall. Try and get out of that. And I've got a big guy here, whom I kind of wish I would have saved my wall for. But that's a... ooh. That's okay, we're doing alright. Well, thank you, Cormac. Alright, get some more of these. Gonna go ahead and put up a wall, stop anything from coming forward. Go ahead and grab some more mana. Not bad. Not bad indeed. Cormac went down though, as did my Gargantuan, which was completely unexpected actually, although there was quite a bit of enemy firepower there in that group, so I suppose I shouldn't be entirely surprised. I've got a healing well here, so I can use that to my advantage. Just keep moving forward and save that healing well, and if I need to, I can come back. Alright, let's go this way, I think. Many things are pretty much dying here, so... Oh, that was a regular topaz. Okay, so I am getting regular gems at this point, and I am getting a level. 31. We are now one level beyond normal difficulty. Picking up Jinx. Firebombs roll the bones. And jungle drums for big bad voodoo. Okay. Some more. Stay back, you. So it looks like I have to come up with a new build now. Alright, so I'm pretty sure at this point my army, my fetish army, is going to be the one to go. Especially if I'm trading in for another cooldown spell. I don't want to get rid of the Gargantuan, he's been very helpful. And honestly, having 2 cooldown spells right now really serves no purpose. Alright, get a wall up. There we go. Alright, let's get some mana. Excellent. Excellent. Good job, Rafiki. Good job. Keep it up. Alright, so let's do this. Let's make our build. Do we have anything new here? No, we don't. And we won't get anything new until 36. Alright, so we got jungle drums. We're going to do the fetish army. We're going to do that. Big bad voodoo. Jungle drums. Increase the duration of the ritual to 30 seconds. So 10 additional seconds on the big bad voodoo, and that is attack speed increased by 20%, so that is a pretty nice boost there. 10 additional seconds of more attack speed can be quite useful, especially since I tend to spam my Firebomb, and my Firebomb procs my army, my Sycophants there, so faster attack speed could be good. So we're going to do that. Put that in here. So what else did we get? So instead of Spirit Walk, do we trade out Spirit Walk is the question. Or do I trade out the zombie wall? I kind of want to keep Spirit Walk as a defensive ability. The wall has been nice, it has been quite kind to me, but I think I'm going to trade it out in order to keep the Spirit Walk. For one, to keep my mana up, and for two, to just let me escape if need be. Also, I have the passive that reduces the cooldown time on Spirit Walk. So let's go ahead and we'll trade out here. And let's move to the right one. There it is. So we're going to get Hex with Jinx. So Hex targets are going to take 20% additional damage. So we have, of course, the polymorph ability here of regular Hex, Hedge Magic, which would heal, and now I can do additional damage with Hex. Now the downside to Hex, of course, is that Hex does not work on major bosses such as Leoric, Asmodan, Belial. So there is kind of a downside to that. However, it works very well on elites, so it's very useful for taking them out, which is actually a little more dangerous than the primary bosses. So we'll go ahead and put Hex on here. And it looks like we've got another Firebomb rune. This time, we lob the Explosive Skull, and this allows the skull to bounce up to 2 times. Now, the difference here is in Flash Fire gets up to basically 6 bounces. This only gets 2. But Flash Fire also loses damage per bounce. So we're looking at less damage in large groups to just judging from this. I imagine it's going to do less damage than Flash Fire for the really big groups. But it might do a little more damage for smaller groups or something that's clustered very tight in. So we're going to go ahead and do Roll the Bones and give it a try. I think I might like Flash Fire better, just judging from the mechanics here, but we're going to give it a shot. So there we go. We have Roll the Bones. We haven't changed any passive, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. That's not too bad. And as you can see, it'll bounce regardless of having additional targets, whereas Flash Fire required another target nearby to do a bounce. But of course, that target could have been anything, including destructible environments. So let's move forward. We're going to try out our Jinx, do a bit more damage to a few targets. In fact, look, here's something here to test it on. Alright, let's go ahead and keep moving. We'll go ahead and keep using this Roll the Bones here. Very nice, very nice. Alright, let's get the Voodoo down. Get some more mana back. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't stand in that. Do not do that. Oh my goodness, that was almost an instant death. Alright, so there we go. Stay away from the Voodoo. Alright. Just roll this down the aisle here. That's... Look at that. Lots of damage right there, right down the aisle. Beautiful. Now, the benefit to this... Oh, hold on. Before we go into that, let's take this guy out, shall we? Alright. Hedge magic, please. Oh, it turns him into a little piggy. Is it a pig by default? No, it's chickens. So... our new Hex, the Jinx, does additional damage. Turns them into a pig. That's cool. So you get choice of what you want to polymorph things into. So, the benefit here of Firebomb that I didn't even consider compared to Flash Fire is Flash Fire doesn't blow up. It does individual damage, so for large groups it's going to do damage to all 6 targets and only 6 targets. But of course I can keep casting that, so in a large group I just keep casting it, a whole bunch of targets get hit. Really nice. Whereas Roll the Bones, it bounces 2 times, but it bounces and retains the AoE effect. So it's going to do 3 bounces of 110% with AoE. So in large groups, the Roll the Bones may actually end up being better. That's going to be hard to say, really.
Nephilim, your misbegotten kind is creation's greatest sin, but your time is done. You will find only death in my realm.
So you say. Alright, well I do know that these areas here in the crater really don't have anything in them. I mean, at this point we're kind of lacking any random event to worry about. So I'm not going to worry about exploring like I usually do. I hope you'll forgive that. Just typically I do a long play when I do this. When I do the Witch Doctor, I typically explore everything. Ever since I got to Act 3, though, you'll notice I've been doing that less and less. And I think I really want to try and get through normal a bit quicker here, faster than I have been doing before. Try and speed this up and keep it entertaining without doing too much. You know, basically...
These poor things live in eternal torment.
Yes, they do. I feel bad for those things, really. Have your skin flayed and... yeah. Ugh. Anyway, I've been hoping to, get this a little further. I wanted to try and find as many secrets as I could, but with the randomness of the game, trying to document all the special little areas is nice, but I think I'll kind of have to take them as they come. Of course, obviously, I don't want to miss too much. There's our phase beast. As long as he attacks my pets, I don't care.
Roderick's scrolls describe hulking phase beasts as sin made flesh. Asmodan granted them great power, allowing the beasts to shift in and out of sight at will. It is believed that the Lord of Sin only looses the phase beasts against uncommonly clever enemies who cannot be bested with tooth and claw.
Well, I missed out on that treasure goblin, I'm sure. But you'll notice I was able to pull out my Jinx real quick and the phase beast tried to chase me down.
Great effort brings great reward.
He was right on my tail and I was able to pull out the Jinx, and right away when I pulled him out he polymorphed that phase beast. So that was very nice. A very quick save, as it were. So, of course, as I'm doing this, I'm always open to fan kind of feedback requests. So, if the long explorations are still preferred, I could do that. But what I've noticed is a lot of people tend to prefer high-level play, level 80s. For example, when I made my Demon Hunter build... yes, stay a pig. That definitely got a lot of attention. Of course, even though it was kind of a build I was playing for fun on the PTR, it turned out to be a pretty decent build, and a lot of people actually ended up liking it. Unfortunately, Blizzard fixed the Reflect Damage problem, which was to say that Sentry did not reflect damage at all. And now it does. Yeah. That's a shame. However, let's talk about that, because Blizzard has talked about making changes to reflect damage. And one of those changes is to possibly make it so that pets no longer do reflect damage to the Master. That would, of course, include the Demon Hunter's pets, the spider, the wolf, the boar. But it would also mean the sentries. And, of course, Witch Doctor pets and things like that. And I think I like that idea, honestly, because pet damage is something that's kind of hard to mitigate. You take the sentry, for example, and you can't tell a sentry to stop firing when you're getting low on health. So it's really not fair to allow it to just keep doing damage back to the Master. Now, you could say that that would require high-level play, though, in using the sentry and not using it when something is being reflective. Now I can understand that. But it just seems like something, I don't know, almost punishing for picking up the skill, especially what I've noticed, at least with my luck, is I tend to get a lot of the same type of monster as I play.
Their eternal anguish.
Good for you. So, what I typically will find is if I get Reflect Damage on one elite, I will get Reflect Damage on most of the elites I run into at that point. It's kind of weird. I just have that kind of luck. So for me, it would be like, if I run into one, then I would almost want to just not continue, because then I'll be sure that there's going to be more, and maybe I just would end up changing my build. Now, that's not completely unreasonable. I could definitely change up my build. I just think that for convenience sake, I mean, again, I've talked about, I don't think Diablo really needs to be that game that super challenges me. Diablo I find to be a fun distraction. I just don't think it needs to be super hard. Especially since the problem with Diablo and difficulty is it's hard to make Diablo really hard without making it hard the wrong way. And by that I mean cheap. Cheap kills, cheap deaths. You'll notice a lot of things that kill people in Diablo are really those really fast, quick deaths. I mean, for example, let's look at Whirlwind Barbarians. What really kills those? Super spiky damage happening all at once, not allowing them to heal through it. That's pretty much it. Even with the recent nerfs, honestly, I just think that this game doesn't have really the mechanics in it to be able to do difficulty quite the right way. You think of games like Ninja Gaiden, Demon's Souls, I can't even really come up with any other super good examples at this point on the top of my head. There are a lot of hard games out there that rely on your skill. And to do that, they give you mechanics to be skillful. They give you block, dodge, you know, any kind of avoidance moves that you would need to do that. And those are kind of baseline mechanics. And then the rest is up to you. How do you want to play? And then, of course, how skillful can you play it? It's kind of hard to do that with Diablo. I mean, we're talking about point and click here. There's only so much degree of freedom that you can give someone with a point and click interface. Now, I completely missed the entrance, so I guess there's your full exploration.
I thought he would have weaseled away by now.
Ah, well, speaking of that, let's talk about your past.
You no longer study the torn page. Did you find the answer that you seek?
No. I've learned something much more troubling. Judging by the book, the creation of magical weapons. But that is not the strangest part. I have seen the rune here before. On the braces of Tyrael's armor.
I do not know this symbol. Let us ask him.
Ah, so we get to talk to Tyrael about the next part of his quest. Very good.
Oh, you've met my daughters, I see. Are you enjoying their company?
Oh, I am. I am enjoying slaughtering
Your
them.
presence pleases me. Every step brings you closer to my embrace.
Yeah.
Need more mana.
Well, lots of damage going out there, isn't it? Love the big bad Voodoo. And the best part of all is that it increases the attack speed of my Gargantuan, my little fetish guys. So if I can get that in the right position, it doesn't matter if I cast really quick. It matters if they attack really quick. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's get one of these things out. There we go. I can definitely tell this is really good against larger creatures that it can bounce and hit more than once. Since Flash Fire would only hit them once, this can actually do more damage, potentially to large enemies. It'll be really good against Asmodon. Now, how's my inventory? I am actually full up on inventory, so let's get to a spot. It'll be a good break point.
There, a worthy foe.
Okay, something's Jailer. What's Jailer? Oh. Soul Lashers. Oh, doesn't that figure? Alright. There we go. Go, Piggy! Spider Pig. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
I'm carrying too much.
Yes I am. Okay. Let's go back and sell some stuff. We'll do that. Well, hold on. Get rid of that. I suppose the Spider Pig line would have been better if I would have turned a spider into a pig. Then it would have been somewhat ironic. I guess. Irony. Nah. Oh, lashers, lashers. The monsters definitely like to come up from behind you in this area. When you're least expecting it. Gold! Fire. Those really, seriously, you gotta feel for them. Just somehow managing to scrape by with this inventory space, aren't I? Yes, we'll, like I said, we'll get to a break point and then, we can kind of take a look at everything in Moss.
Cannot carry more.
Alright, well, that pretty much does it right there. We're going to have to do it now since there's 2 items on the ground. So let's pull back. And get ready to sell what we don't use. Let's identify these.
My people have been lost. Scattered to the wind.
Just for the sake of argument, let's see what that was. Vitality. Not bad. Go ahead and get rid of all these things that I cannot use. Okay, let's see. Life and damage per hit. What am I using? 41.2, so I don't need that 35. That is a two-hander with a decent amount of intelligence, but even that, as you can see, even though it has intelligence, and even though it has more DPS, it says my damage would go down. That's interesting. More than likely, though, because of the ruby. So I could easily compensate for that, but I don't think I want to do a two-handed weapon, honestly. We'll go away from that for now. Okay, strength vital and life after kill. No thank you on that. Strength and vital, how fun. Getting closer with a 33. Experience from monsters. Not bad, but I lose the damage, so I'm not going to use that one. Oh, here we go. So, I could gain, let me see, melee attackers take damage, monsters grant experience. Honestly, the only thing on there I really care about is the monsters get experience. The melee attackers take damage would be nice because I can make a Thorns build with a Witch Doctor, but that requires a passive that I don't have yet. Well, and even if I do, I have to remember. I have to admit I'm not recalling off the top of my head which one does it. But even if I did, let's just say for the sake of the argument here, 4 per hit is really not a big deal. So getting this one with more armor and I can put more intelligence into it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what we'll do is we will make this work for us. I'm pretty sure I have the topazes required. Yes, let's just put those back and grab 2 of these right there. And we'll fill this out. There you go. More protection and now more damage. Excellent. Now, to avoid paying Shin...
No way.
Not repair. Salvage. There we go. There. Now Shin gets nothing. Sorry, Shin. Love you still. Love you. Keep up the good work. Alright, let's see. 3 to 7 damage. Oh, wow. 46 intellect, so more intellect, more damage. Life regeneration, kind of minor. Maximum mana, not bad. And chance to immobilize. Best part, though, it's got a socket that I can put even more intelligence into. Look at that. I am now grasping a snake that you can't see right now. Okay. Shouldn't really grasp my snake in public, I know, but it's okay. He's a witch doctor. He can get away with it. Dex, Int, and Vital. There we go. Nice intelligence. Critical hit chance increased. So that's a pure upgrade. We will wear that. So we don't need any of these so far. Empty socket. That's vitality. That's a thought because I could get more intelligence with that. But... well, it's only 8 experience. Maybe I will do that, honestly. Alright, some gloves with more intelligence. I lose vitality, but that's perfectly fine. I'll take that. And it's got attack speed. Very good. I actually got some pretty decent gear this time around. Let's go ahead and grab another one of these. I will go ahead and use this socketed amulet. As you can see, it gives me damage and protection. That's very nice. Excellent. Now, of course, I forgot to turn these on at the beginning of the video. Haha, demonic witch doctor. Alright, let's get rid of the other stuff that we don't need. It's not often that I'm happy to see an item that has nothing but a socket on it. I laugh whenever I go into Inferno and see that I have rings and amulets with nothing but a socket in them. Alright, just for the sake of argument, let's see if these are any good. No, not really. Alright, so we're moving on. And now you can see my snake. Grasping my snake. Alright, running to the end. Heart of the Damned.
All the pain and suffering you're enduring. You must be dying to meet me.
Oh, come on. Time to put that out there. There we go. Let's... Oh dear. Get me out of there. Thank you, Cormac. Oh dear. Come on, come on, come on. More... fetishes. Yeah, this... Oh dear. Oh boy. This isn't working out. Oh no. Oh, no, no. Oh dear. My, oh my goodness. Oh, so much damage. So much damage. Cormac is down. I have survived by the skin of my teeth. That was entirely thanks to Spirit Vessel. Oh my goodness. That, right at the end there, kept me alive. I have not died yet. Well, technically, I've died. Because that does not proc unless you die. But because I had the foresight to put on that passive, I live again. And this is precisely why I did not want to increase the monster power. This right here, this grouping of phase beasts, is just terribly nasty, really. They're... Honestly, if I would have had my zombie wall, that probably would have been better. So, when I get a chance to trade things out... No, I could now, of course. I could trade out the big Voodoo, because I really don't use it. I don't really need it at this point. It's nice, it's decent damage, but in this build, it's kind of really not important. Oh, okay, moving back, moving back. I knew it was going to be Phase Beast that got me. I knew it. Alright, let's see if I can avoid actually dying. My Spirit Vessel is back up. So I have an opportunity once again to die or live again, however you want to see it. Alright, let's keep moving here and try and see if we can't get to Azmodan here in a timely fashion.
The chains tear at their flesh. Hear their screams. Such sweet music.
Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's take off the Voodoo. We're going to put on, let's see, what were we talking about? Yes, Wall of Zombies. Let's go ahead and put that back on. And I think 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave it at that. 1 and mouse 4. That should be fine.
You are so eager. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am Cydaea, Maiden of Lust, Consul of Azmodan.
I don't want to think of Azmodan consorting with anything, to be honest.
How invigorating. Play with my daughters. I do not wish to tire you out.
Alright, here we go. Making sure that I keep the pigs up.
I can feel the blood hemorrhaging from the sin heart. You will pay for this.
This Jinx ability is quite nice. I gave it too little credit, honestly. Back when I was playing the beta, I looked at Hex, and I thought, you know, that's pretty cool. I like the fact that it had neat abilities there, or that it gave me a, you know, a polymorph ability, took enemies out of play, you know. But what I underestimated back when I was playing the beta, I underestimated it because it didn't do anything to bosses.
So close.
Yes, close. So I thought, okay, against Leoric, against, you know, whatever bosses in the future, because in the beta, obviously, we only had Leoric. So I was making my builds and kind of comparing everything by fighting Leoric. And the fallacy in that is I figured that the bosses were going to be like the big thing I was going to be worried about. Well, now that we're playing the game, you know, the big thing really is elites, killing them for loot. You know, I've completely just misplaced that whole step in my thought process when evaluating it on the beta videos. And now that I think about it, you know, something like Hex is actually a far better ability because the bosses, the big bads, the Butcher, whoever, those are kind of the small fry, really. They're the easiest things to fight simply because they have very easily discernible patterns and abilities that they use. So the big bosses really are not that bad. You know what you're going to expect, you know what they're going to do, you know how to avoid it. The tough parts are the elites because you don't really know what kind of abilities those elites are going to spawn with. You just really don't. And not only that, but even once you know, do you have a real counter for it? Well, yes and no. I mean, once you know what they are, as long as you know what the abilities are, you know what you can do to avoid them based on your build. But sometimes some of those abilities combine so well and can really wreck any kind of preemptive strategy you might have against those builds. So having an ability like Hex to take out elites from play is quite a boon. Alright, take that, take that! Yeah, what do you know, a chain belt. Alright, we still got a pack over here. Bloody desecration. Good, good, good. So far it actually hasn't been too bad. The hardest part has been what I really thought it would be, and that is the phase beasts. These shaman that like to put the fire shield out there. They are nasty creatures, but I think those are more nasty for the melee types, as that just really seems to do a whole bunch of damage when you're close in. I know, again, referring back to my barbarian, when I'm on him, when I see those things and I see them put down those shields, I cringe a little because it hurts. Phase beasts. I gotta say, the other thing I like about Hex is that it's got a very low cooldown period. He's up for 12 seconds on a 15-second cooldown. That means he's only down for 3 seconds at a time. And I can just re-summon him real fast. Now I am noticing the experience gain is getting quite nice in here. I am getting very close to yet another level. I was not expecting to do 2 levels in one video again, but it's good to see. So let's see if we can't find our way out of here and get ourselves to Asmodan. Oh, lots of these things again. Yeah, you bleed alright. Just try not to do it over the nice carpet. Oh, hello, hello! Wall, yes, wall, and some Polymorph, yes. Thank you, Cormac. Thank you. Phase beasts. Time for some more polymorph. Hex. Not doing too bad. Things are still dying at a nice clip. I like to see that. It's just these places get fairly large here near the end. Nice, level 32. Soul Harvest, Languish. Spirit Barrage, Well of Souls. And Wall of Zombies, Barricade. Uh-oh. Ice. Goodbye. Alright, let's take a quick look, shall we? Looks like I'm going to have to lose out the Acid Cloud in order to try this new build. What is Well of Souls? An additional 3 spirits seek out other targets and deal 65% weapon damage as physical. So that's not bad. 230% weapon damage, and then of course additional targets are getting hit for more weapon damage. Alright, moving on from Spirit Barrage, let's go to the next ability we've got. And I think what I'm going to do is replace Hex with... Let's try and pull it up now. Which one was it? That was Soul Harvest. Here we go. Languish. Now this might not be a bad trade, even though I'm going to be losing my ability to turn them into chickens, take them out of play for a while. Languish is going to reduce the movement speed of anything that gets near me by 80% as long as I hit him with Soul Harvest. So not only do I get the intelligence stacks, I'm going to start doing more damage, but everything around me will get slowed. So I have a chance to put that down and then run away, plus I still have my Spirit Walk to help me escape. Now this could work out fairly well, because Spirit Barrage is a fairly nice ability by itself. It's kind of a quick cast ability that I can turn around, cast, and move away. Almost akin to, say, the Wizard's Arcane Orb or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and take Soul Harvest, put it in Languish, hit accept here. So there we go. It will do our quick slot there for mouse 4. Now, the next ability, we're going to have to take a look at this, because this is for Wall of Zombies. We've got Barricade, which increases the width of the Wall of Zombies. So what we want to do is kind of take a look at it and see what exactly kind of upgrade are we seeing here. So let's put it over here. See, there it goes kind of from the Gargantuan down to the middle of that crater there. So let's wait for it to come back, and we will add on the new rune and just see how long it gets this time. Just a few more seconds. There we go. Now, Barricade. We'll give this a shot. See exactly what it does. So put it right around here. It's a bit longer. I wouldn't say it's terribly, a huge difference there. So it's definitely nice, though. There's a definite difference there. And it can be useful in holding off certain corridors and things like that. So I will definitely be giving it a shot. I think it will probably be my least favorite rune of the Wall of Zombies. So let's take a look here at our Well of Souls here. So here's our Spirit Barrage. We're just going to cast it out there. There's a single shot, and you can see there's 3 more going out. So that's looking pretty good, honestly. And what we want to find out here is it going to hit one target 3 times? So let's kind of hit that out there. No, yeah, it definitely went out and sought random targets. As you see there, I keep casting it, and it's going out quite a bit. So losing out on the acid cloud, it really not a big deal here, because I can actually hit quite a few creatures just randomly with it. I think I prefer the coverage of the acid cloud, but you can see there, look at that, I'm doing quite a bit of damage just to that thing behind me without even trying. So there is a nice benefit to that. So let's try and get some of these. Here we go, we've got some more intelligence now. So what I could do now, as an offensive measure, is go in and basically use my Soul Harvest and then Spirit Walk out. Of course, I'm kind of using my Spirit Walk to regain mana at the moment, so I have to kind of consider that carefully. But I could definitely use my Spirit Walk to get in and grab my stacks. Wow. Slight sadistic side there, sir? I don't blame you, though. I kind of feel the same way. Alright, so beautiful thing about this, and I kind of neglect to do this, is that I can use spells and abilities while in Spirit Walk form. So I could technically go in, grab my stacks, and go out just like that. It's a very nice combo. I just tend to forget that I can do both at the same time. I tend to want to use it as an escape mechanism and then get out. Alright, let's get the wall up and just start bombarding them. Working out nicely indeed. And this is what I like, is I can kind of run, fire, run, fire. Absolutely no need to stand still and channel that ability. Which is why I like it better than the Wizard's equivalent, which, I seem to be blanking on the name. But the Wizards have a spell that you basically sit there, and you cast it, and you have to channel it, and you basically fire a whole bunch of, I believe it's Arcane Torrent. You fire a whole bunch of arcane bolts, and you can only keep casting it as long as you're channeling it, so it's not a, you know, cast it and move, cast it and move. But of course Wizards have other spells to do that for them. This Well of Souls is a great concept, but I'm noticing that the additional souls don't go where I want them most of the time.
You think you know anguish? Soon my concubine will show you their true meaning.
Oh dear. You see, those seem to be going more in line with what I would expect. I don't know, there's less control on this. Yes, you know, they're just starting to go other places that they have no reason going. Definitely less control, and it seems if there aren't 3 targets, then it loses direction, and it doesn't go anywhere. So instead of hitting the same target, which it should, it just kind of goes off into the ether. So far, as much as I like Spirit Barrage as an ability by itself, I'm not really caring for the Well of Souls.
I do hope you're not in over your
Indeed. Alright, let's go in, do that. There we go. I now have 4 stacks. And we'll go ahead and start using that to my advantage. Now, it does do quite a bit of damage, of course. The primary hit is 230% damage. So it's quite a hefty hit. And especially with the additional intelligence, I mean, you look at this. This is a good spot for this ability. So this is really showcasing the ability right there. It's hitting all the targets sitting next to it. It's not being wasted. Single target and enemies that are too far away, it really does tend to get wasted. So here I can kind of fire and move, and you can see right there how it's hitting all those enemies. And that's working out quite nicely, honestly. So getting it in the right situation definitely shows off the strength of Spirit Barrage. I'm just not sure it's quite the spell for me. We'll see. I'm going to continue to use it for a while. For whatever reason, I seem to really like Acid Cloud right now. Maybe it's the massive AoE. Maybe it's the blobs that get created afterward with that rune. I do not know. Oh, gonna fast off here. Oh, back off. Alright, nearly to the center. I know we're finally getting to that 1 hour mark, so it looks like once I'm done in here, this will be an excellent stopping position. Okay, this is the wrong side. Ooh, we've got a elite pack down there. Something is behind us, isn't it? Excellent. Alright, we get a wall up. Do some damage here. There we go. That's 700 damage on that initial hit there. Almost 800. That's pretty good for these creatures. What kind of hit points do these things have? These things have 5,000, so that's... still not that many hits to kill them with these stacks and using Spirit Barrage.
Oh, the things I'm going to do to you.
She has no shame.
Oh, no shame at all. It's alright, she's not gonna last very long here. $900 crit, very nice. One thing that is very nice about Spirit Barrage is the ability to pick and choose what targets I want to hit. Now, unfortunately, that's kind of countered with this rune. I can pick my primary targets, but my secondary targets I have absolutely no choice on. As she does. And we're going to go get her. She will die. A very unpleasant death.
Cydaea, the Maiden of Lust, lured us with her damned promises. Never forget what she made me do.
Wow, I don't think I've had this many of these guys alive at one point. Wow, I saved quite a few of them, didn't I? Oh yes, look at that damage. Nasty, nasty damage. So it feels good to have Soul Harvest again. That is an amazing amount of damage increase for me at this point. Is it giving... It's giving 74 intelligence per stack. I have 750 intelligence with 4 stacks. That is absolutely insane. I remember in beta speculating about that ability and how powerful it is, and its massive boost of intellect and damage. Well, what happened is exactly what I kind of thought would happen, and that is that the intelligence boost will start to degrade. It's still quite a bit of damage, but as you get more and more gear, the intelligence on the gear gets higher and higher, so where people thought that this would be an overpowered ability, didn't really turn out to be that overpowered, honestly. It's, I guess, balanced fairly well across the other abilities. Not only that, but having to get in close to use this ability definitely... A lot of people didn't think that was going to be a big problem back in beta, because, well, let's face it, back in beta, there wasn't a whole lot that could kill you very easily, especially with how easy the game felt at the beginning. The truth of the matter is, when the beta came out at first, it was definitely very easy. There was hardly anything that could kill you. You really kind of had to work to die, and a lot of people complained that it was too easy, and there kind of lies the problem. You know, I talk about how Diablo doesn't need to be that game that's super hard. Well, it doesn't also have to be super easy either. Even I agreed that back then it was far too easy, and when they finally increased the damage, it felt better. Probably the same reason why I like playing with Monster Power 10.
They say that Azmodan is the greatest battle commander in all the burning hells.
Azmodan's army is strong, but our will is stronger.
I don't know who they are, but they are lying to you. He's a horrible commander. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Anyway, it's probably why I like Monster Power 10.
If you take my toys away, will you take that away?
Simply because it gives you a, a challenge, something to fight against. So while I don't think the game has to be super challenging, I do like the fact that it can challenge me in certain aspects. Time to take on the Sin Heart.
Oh yes, I've been looking forward to this.
So have I.
You want to make me bleed? And I thought we were friends.
Need more mana.
Oh, lots of little creepy crawlies here. Let's kind of take them out. Could actually use them to get my stacks up, I think, but
This is unacceptable.
more concerned with taking them down at the moment. The wall back up. Do some damage with that. There we go. Doing my primary source of damage to her, letting the alternate bolts there hit the spiderlings. Come on now.
Need healing.
Keep getting hit by something, and I'm not entirely sure. I'm not seeing it right away. Maybe I'm just getting too close. That's okay. Got most of them. We're gonna get a wall right underneath her again.
See what I am capable of.
Alright. Let's grab a bit of more damage here. Plenty of health potions, or health globes, to be obtained from killing her little minion hordes. These things die pretty quick, so I don't want to waste my mana using Spirit Barrage. And there we go.
Carry more.
I can't even carry the amethyst?
Though Asmodan is close to all of his lieutenants, Cydaea is his special favorite. The Maiden of Lust is both beautiful and grotesque in appearance, with the torso of a woman and the legs of a spider. Her voice is said to be as smooth as honey, but she only speaks words of death.
I've got some new items you might...
Well, now that she's down, we're going to take a look at the loot that we've got here. So, strength and vital belts don't need. Let's get rid of the other things that this class can't use. 72 armor. Well, here we go. This one has intelligence on it, so I can replace what I currently have. Has 33 intelligence, so it's already better than the gems I have. And nothing really spectacular there. It's less, well, it's more protection because of the strength. So the strength counts as raw armor. So overall, yes, this will be an upgrade that I will want to use. So let's go ahead and put that on, and then I will salvage that going out. Here we have some armor, almost double the armor on this headpiece here. Mana regeneration and health globes. So, no, I don't think so. We won't be taking that. So strength, 42 two-hander, 42 two-hander, strength on that one. Having a hard time finding anything remotely better than my current weapon. Well, there's a better helmet. It's got vital and intelligence on it. But I lose the socket, and I kind of want to keep that for the 20%, well, 19% bonus experience. So we won't be taking that for now. Let's see. Health globes grant life, an empty socket, strength on a belt, life after kill, magic find. No, thank you. Templar Rag, what are you using? Kills grant experience. Here, this one's got strength. Use that. What are you using? Oh, see, I can't find anything better than mine. They're still not finding anything better for you. Alright. Let's go ahead and sell that, and we will salvage this item to get the gems out of it. Then we'll move on to the next area. And that is where we will pick up the next video. Let's just double check what we got here. Anything I care about? Nope, not at all. Alright, so let's get the waypoint so we can continue on. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been yet another look at the Witch Doctor getting ever so close to the end of the game. This is Act 3. Almost done. We'll be moving on to Act 4 shortly.
We have fought our way to the depths of the crater. Azmodan cannot be far.
I'll see you next time.